Monday nights, we live. You don't feel season. That's right. Snap decision. You already know what it is. Yeah. Snap decision, yeah, we call it how we see it. You feel talk, yeah, you know we never keep a secret. Styling to the heart, yeah, we break it all down. Monday night, turn it up, yeah, we run this town.
Okay, good. Hey, everybody. So there's a small delay with BD because he's out in like no man's land fishing, but we're a skeleton crew tonight. So,
Yep.
hey, everyone. 2-0 Bramacita here. I do have a special guest with us, so I'll let next door, the only male in the cast today, go, and then we'll let our guests, if he makes it on. I mean, like he's already glitching just a little. That's BD, y'all. That's BD. Yeah, he's there. I promise you guys. And then, of course, look who we have on today. Oh, well, he's disappeared now. So this might end up being a BB show. So apologies, guys. It's a Thursday. We don't normally do this on a Thursday, but please introduce yourself, special guests.
Well, I am Brahma Babe, aka Renee, or Renee, aka Brahma Babe, however you want to look at it. And I think I'm bringing the sea crew to the night.
Yeah, it's the ladies' night technically, but BD was like, no,
Ladies' night
no,
feels right.
that's not going to be happening tonight. I think he hears us, but he's missing. I don't know if you can tell BD, but you're not here. But anyways, we're on a Tuesday night tonight. No, we cannot see you. Just so you know, you are not visible.
Thursday night.
Oh yeah, this is a Thursday night. We're here on a Thursday night because of a Tuesday night game, which messed up everything for us, which is including like power ranking, our weekly picks. So we are a very skeleton crew, and Miss Brahma Babe and Renee decided to come on and fill in because I was like, what if I have to do this by myself? I don't think I could do it. But it's almost like that because BD is a square. So, but you know what? Yeah, he evaporated, y'all. He's been drinking all day and fishing, so this is kind of what I guess is supposed to happen. I don't know. But anywho, I guess, yeah, he does. He is very tanned. Well, not even he's burnt right now, so it might be okay that he's a black square. Anywho, hi, Miss getting as much screen time as Ludacris, ma'am. What in the world? Look, I'm gonna get into it just because you know BD's not here technically, and as a girl, like I was your biggest cheerleader. I had tears of little joys in my eyes just because like seeing you up there still, I'm like, oh my girl. How did it feel? How was it to be like in a halftime show and like get as like have you seen it back? Like have you played it back for yourself?
Yeah, I will say I did go back and watch the game, of course, because that's kind of what we do. But I wanted to see the halftime show because my phone it kept buzzing while I was up there, and I was
I bet
okay, this is either good or bad. And for me, I wanted to get pictures, but I didn't want to have a phone in front of my face the whole time. I really wanted to see Ludacris, and we kind of fell into it. We were, just approached in the stands, and I said, "Hey, we want y'all to meet us at this section." And we went there not really knowing, and then we got there, got a wristband, and next thing I know, I'm standing on the side of the stage for Ludacris, and I was like, "Well, this is kind of bringing my inner cheerleader out because if there's music, I'm going to be bopping to it. I can't just stand there.
Yeah.
Poor Brahma Burrow, I don't know what he was thinking. So he could keep picking videographer, I think.
I mean, he said that he had some moves, but like just I think as a Brahma fan in general, if any other Brahma fans that were out there watching or just people that know who you are, like they were just so excited to see you. Like when I saw a lot of the comments like, oh my God, I saw Brahma Babe, or like seeing other messengers like, oh my God, look at Renee. Like it was just so exciting. And it just made me miss you even more. Because I'm so not used to being with you, not next to you. Like it's just very weird to me.
It is
Y'all don't
very
know
weird.
she's
I
my
mean,
day
even
one. She
oh yeah, yeah. Day one, and it's been like I expressed last week because I'm getting ready. I head out to DC tomorrow. So I will be flying out to DC to root on the
heck
DC
yeah.
Defenders at their first home game. Whoop whoop, shields up. And it was really weird. It kind of emotionally touched me last week when I got ready to go to the Houston game because the first week, BD and yourself were with us, and we had the
Yeah.
Banditos, and it just kind of was like while we didn't have that our team, it still kind of felt okay. And I was
Hmm.
packing for Houston and I got teary eyed because it was like, this is the first time that I'm not going to have you or, BD or Jay or, just that
Yeah.
group that for 3.5 years this has been about. And it may sound funny to people, but when you gain that family and you gain the people around you that
Yeah.
you trust, and you enjoy something so organic. It was really kind of jolting when I got there, and it was just kind of like, wow. I mean, it was great to see, the Gambler fans and Preg Couple and Rig and or Joker and all the new newbies that I'm meeting, but it just was odd. I kind of cried a
Yeah.
little bit.
I mean, that's
So
how I felt. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I said it last week too, like when we went to the Dallas game. Even though it was still not 108, it felt like 108. But like that's why I said I felt like I'm in the upside down because it was on the opposite side of what we're used to. Like
yeah,
the tunnel was on the right side of us, the girls were in front, but the girls were still in front, but the tunnel was on the left. I'm like, I'm in the upside down and I hate it here. Like this doesn't like it doesn't feel right, but I'm okay. So I get it. Like this year has definitely been a year of weirdness.
it
But
is. It's
yeah,
but you have to,
it has definitely been.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
I
it
was just
just
gonna
has
say,
been. It's just like it's not used to it.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
orphans. We're orphans.
Yeah, we are orphans, but I will say, um, it's been refreshing too to be embraced. I mean, um,
Hmm.
there's been fans that we've all met, in different teams that are like, hey, if you want to become, DC Dame or Battlehawk Babe or,
I mean, that's
it's
nice
really
of
sweet.
them.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
that's
wasn't
why I
in my
said, you know what?
heart.
I'm just gonna be a fan of the league at this point, and like, I'll just support majority of the teams, not all of them, but majority of them I will support. Um, so yeah, let's get into a few things. I know, so just so you know, she has no say in a lot of the stuff that we're gonna show because she's not technically part of the podcast. So don't dog on her if our rankings are our rankings. She has no idea how we did this, and
Yeah,
it's none like leave her
be nice.
alone. But let me pull it up, see. Now, where is it? I literally just had it. Okay, here it is. Let me share this. So we do talk about this as a podcast, and usually one of the guys will start off like, "This is what I think it is," and I'm just like, And I like to hear their explanation, like why. And well, we ended up going with like, well, most of us because BD and DJ were very vocal about what this what it looked like, all of that stuff. Oh, I think he's back. I see you, BD. Hold on.
There
There
he
you
is.
is. Can you hear us? Are you good? Yeah, nobody can
No.
be mean to her. Well, I don't know if he can hear us or not. Hey, but this is our rankings for this week. So technically, we went off of BD's initial. This is how I feel, and he had some really good explanations for it.
Okay.
DJ definitely had his reservations on, and he actually had defenders at the top. And we do like I said, we like to ask. I like to ask questions like why, and then we got into
Hmm.
more of like what does power rankings mean to some people because some think it's just week over week, or is it like continuous? Like the teams are just gonna eventually you'll have like your top two teams are gonna be like those should be the ones in the championship. So we did have debates about how we do power rankings, but I think majority of us felt this was what BD had was more like we all have the same kind of feelings. We definitely think Dallas is like I'm saying Dallas gonna make it to the championship. The way that they're playing right now, it is just so good right
Hmm.
now. Like it feels good sometimes to not be a Brahma and just to see other teams and like, okay, I said I was going to support the Dallas Renegades, so it's nice to see them like really, really getting at it. They look really, really, really great today or this on Tuesday. Definitely Orlando Storm. I was very surprised by them also. I mean, they've really been showing up, and a lot of our Brahmas are on the team too. So BD and I, we always do it. Like when we see some of our Brahmas players make a play or they do something great, we're like, "You're welcome, whoever." Like when Greg Ward is really killing it for the Renegades, we're like, "You're welcome, Dallas." Like you forget, like same thing. So this is kind of how we see it. Is definitely Dallas and Orlando have really been showing up. I have been a little surprised at Columbus and Louisville too. Louisville.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I was very surprised with Houston. Like I'm very happy that that they won. But my feelings towards Houston. So I'm glad you guys won your first one, but that'll be the last. Anywho, we will post our power rankings if you don't agree with them. I don't care. We don't care. We like to argue with you anyways. Oh yeah, and our friends over in Alternative Football Panel definitely like to call us out in our power rankings. So it looks like last week we did not win by like one person. So if you didn't vote for us and he tries to pull this stuff again and gets us against each other, please look at it and put us on top because it's Alternative Football Panel. No, it's Snap Decisions always. So if you see it, make sure you vote. What you got, girl?
I'm going to be a little bit of a pot stirrer here.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm curious.
What do you say? What don't you agree with?
It's not that I don't agree with it. I just want to hear the reasoning. I agree with your 1, 2, and 3s for sure. Now, when I look at power rankings, I kind of look at each week. I don't necessarily see a cumulative. But your 4 and your 6 is very interesting to me.
Well, see, BD would know more about that because this was technically BD's rankings. I don't remember. Like, let me see. I think it shows you on mute on my end here, BD.
Turn your volume up.
Let me see if Are you on now? Can you say something? There you are.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I finally on? My God, 13 minutes into the show, and I'm finally able to get on.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, go ahead. Explain. All right. She has questions about your rankings here. Go ahead. Please question him. I can't be the only girl. We're like, interesting.
Yeah, you're 4 and 6, PD.
My 4 through 6. So I've got Birmingham, St. Louis, and Houston, 4 through 6.
Yep.
I know that Houston beat Birmingham, but I do not think that Houston is a better team than Birmingham. They played a better game.
I agree.
So they won.
That's what I said. I was surprised.
That's why Houston moved up from the dead last place to number 6. St. Louis, St. Louis beat DC, barely beat DC week 1, and DC played probably one of the worst games I've ever seen them play, and they played like absolute garbage against Dallas last week. So I think I put Birmingham above St. Louis as well. So.
See, I'm worried with St. Louis with Silvers. I think
he's terrible.
About St. Louis with Silvers. Yeah. And we
better
talked
hope
about
that Birmingham coach comes back.
Week 1. Yeah, we were talking about that week 1. I mean, Silvers had one good year with Houston with the 2023 XFL, and that's all he's done. So that was 3 years ago. So
yeah, I was just curious on that because I mean, I will say at the Houston Birmingham game, while I am not an armchair quarterback nor am I an armchair coach, I mean some of the red zone plays, I guess you would call it, were a little questionable. It's like, why did you go that direction? Now, towards the end, it was getting pretty misty and rainy out there. So that. But yeah, I was just curious because I didn't think it was the strongest win, but by the same token, I wasn't really totally impressed with Birmingham's full game either. I don't think they're the Birmingham of old, obviously.
I think we decided that it is more of a week over week, not just week. We're just comparing the weekend. We are looking at over week who is doing better and better week over week. So I feel like at the end we should, if we're smart enough, have the top two that's going to play against each other. That's what we hope. So I hope that fulfills your power ranking explanation. Thank you for hopping on at the right time, BB.
Yes.
So, okay, power rankings then. Check. What else we got to talk about? What else happened in the games that was just so interesting? I mean, I feel like these games just have not been anywhere like last season at all. It has been very different this year.
I think we're a little biased too.
Well, we only had, I love my Brahmas. We had one good season. And even then, we made it to the end and didn't make it. So I could say, I just think it's I'm very surprised at how low, Dallas is the only one really scoring. That's why I was even.
Dallas is really scoring. And I will say this too, and we kind of talked about it in our chat a little bit. Why in the hell did the Houston quarterback win Offensive Player of the Year with 0 touchdowns? 0 touchdowns.
I was about to say that.
When Dallas quarterback had 4 touchdowns. Dallas wide receiver had 140-something yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. And I think DC had one of their players that had 3 touchdowns as well. So, you want to give them a participation trophy for a good game, Bucko? Go right ahead. But Offensive Player of the Week, absolutely not.
Yeah, that was a little head scratching, and it's nothing against the kid or the young man, I guess. But yeah, when you've got other players that are significantly doing more scoring,
I mean, he was breaking records. He was tied with what's his name from Birmingham last year. He was in his first 2 games. He's already breaking. He's tying with records. It didn't make any sense at all. I was like, what in the world? Who is doing UFL social media? Because it's terrible. It's wrong.
Terrible.
I don't care if they won their first game.
The Houston field goal kicker, he got Special Teams Player of the Week. That was legit because he went 5 of 5 for field goal. So hey, totally 50-yard game winner in the rain. Totally legit for that one. But offensive, hell no.
How about those back-to-back challenges? That's something you wouldn't see in the NFL. That was pretty interesting.
Oh man.
I'll tell you, these games have been wild. I'm just like, what is I scratched my head a few times, what in the world? I don't know.
AJ throws it out there and gets it, and then all of a sudden, what is it, Summerlin throws it out,
and
I was like,
I forget the first challenge that but the second one, I don't like that they called pass interference on that on the challenge. I know there was a little bit of early contact, but did the defender dislodge the receiver? He had his arm on him, but did he turn him? I don't feel like there was enough contact to warrant a pass interference, especially on just a gimme freaking play like that. So,
and that's why you're not Mike Pereira.
Exactly. Yeah.
I even said, where the heck is Blandino? Where is Blandino at when you need him? No, he hasn't. He hasn't done one game yet.
I think he has.
No, he hasn't.
Maybe, I don't know.
I asked. And it was said, good question. I wonder why he hasn't. He has not done one yet. So, interesting. Yeah, maybe he's waiting for championship. Who knows?
I've liked watching. I mean, not because a lot of our guys are on Orlando, but I'm curious. I think I'm actually going to the Orlando St. Louis game, and I'm really
in Orlando or in St. Louis.
Let me see.
She got a world tour, girl. Y'all don't know. Brahma Babe UFL tour happening.
think
Catch
it's
her in a stadium near you.
I'll be in a stadium near you. Week 5 in Orlando. Week 5, St. Louis
Okay.
at Orlando.
That's
I'm
gonna be a
Man,
good one.
that game should be in St. Louis just to see the crowd reaction to Beck coming back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one I'm really interesting to kind of see the vibe. I mean, I'll probably never have a chance to ask Coach Beck, but I also am curious how it is for him coming from St. Louis. I mean, we can say what we can say, but it did get loud in there.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a different level of, being in a dome, having your crowd behind you, not putting down Orlando because I haven't been there yet, so I haven't heard. But how does that affect him in a sense of coming from this environment and then going into the environment that he is in an outdoor stadium, different culture? So it's going to be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So that was, I didn't realize it until I was looking at my schedule last night. And I was like, ooh, St. Louis and Orlando. Ooh. So
interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
Oh yes, I'll be there for the whale show. Am I saying that right? Whales?
Is it whales or Wale?
Wales. I have no idea. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Wales.
I don't know.
What the heck is a Wale? I don't even know. I'm just a girl on a floating rock. I've already told y'all this.
It's a girl wallet.
A Wale. That's how the men call it. But here, I'm going to hop into our next thing. Hey, don't get me started on the story of you and Ludacris. Okay, this is a good one, y'all. This is a good one. So the weekend before, when we were getting ready to go to Dallas, I drove up to Brahma Babes to go hang out because I was driving with her and Brahma Bro up to Dallas. And we were eating with her and her pet sitter and another friend. They're on a book club. And she's talking about like how excited she is about Ludacris, right? And then she starts singing song. It's getting hot in here. I'm like, that's not Ludacris. That's Nelly. Then she starts singing another song. I'm like, that's not Ludacris either. That's Nelly also. And I'm like, what songs does he sing?
What I'm hearing is she did a DJ Khaled is what she was doing.
Oh yes, she absolutely did. And like the only one we knew was the vulgar one, like, hey B, get out the way. She's like, oh yeah. So we started looking up the songs. I'm like, oh no, Ludacris is a collaborator on everything. I don't know any of his songs. But after the show, I'm like, okay, roll out. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, he does have more songs.
I knew.
Yeah. And I was like, there was a couple songs. Yeah, there's a couple songs. I'm like, she ain't gonna know this one.
Yeah.
She's just gonna dance. Yeah. I loved it. It was great for me. I loved watching it. But I'm gonna go into the next spot here. Let me get this prepared first. I'm never prepared. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. We're gonna get into our here we go. I got it. Don't worry. Ta-da! Our weekly picks. It's getting interesting. Getting very interesting. So before we actually get into it, I want to the next slide, and I want to explain a little bit something before we actually get into this coming weekend's picks of all of us. So let's get into it. So, as you can see, one of our players here, one of our hosts, is completely footballed out. Well, we are sad to announce that Lauren will be leaving our podcast as of this week. He is tasked with a great job with the Michigan Arrows, so he needs to put all of his focus into the new league and getting them up and running. So we're wishing him the best. So his last podcast was last Monday, so we wish him well, and we can't wait to see the kind of stuff he's going to be posting for our Michigan Arrows there. So he was on for a couple episodes, and he was a quiet guy.
He was. You know, he wasn't quite used to all of us. You know.
Yeah, if y'all knew him in the chat, look.
Yeah.
He's wild. He is a funny guy. He does
great.
the best
he's a great guy,
impressions. Like,
and he's great at just creative stuff. He's gonna do real good for the Michigan Arrows. So just really looking forward to the
look
stuff
out
he's
for a
gonna
lot of his stuff.
Do for them.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow the Michigan Arrows, the San Antonio Toros, and all the other ones for the other league, because that's going to be coming out shortly after UFL. But that's the reason why Lauren is all footballed out. But as you can tell, for the most part, you know what? I really wish Jay was here today, because he's the only one that ruined our perfect board today. Like, look at this. I am very surprised at his pick. Y'all, this is like literally y'all have no idea how surprised I am. St. Louis?
Wow.
So this is either going to be a really good week or just an absolutely terrible week for all of us.
We're going to be, I know. I don't even know the percentage of last week, of how we did last week against Alternative Football Panel, but I'm really worried for us this week. Like, but it could come out really good. No, I told myself, like, I'm picking all the wrong teams. Like, maybe I need to pick opposite of what I think is going to win.
So, I mean, if my math was correct, then I think I was 3-1. I think everybody else was 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, this week is not any better, but as you can see, as a team. So I want everyone to know I'm the one that puts this together. So I always put in my picks before I get the guys' picks, or even look at them sometimes. So I always put mine in first, because I don't want the men to sway me. Like, this is girl brain football. Like, I'm not letting them influence me at all. So just so y'all know, that's why I was like, oh, dang, maybe I'm getting the hang of this, because besides Jay, I was very impressed with myself.
You know, Jackie, you probably should have let me influence you last week with that Columbus pick or over DC.
I know.
Just saying.
I know. I literally told him, oh man, we picked the same thing. And then I started watching the game back. I'm like, I don't know, brother. Like, I'm going back and forth on DC and Orlando. And I was like, DC has to prove to me. And dang, they sure did prove to me. I felt stupid. So they got it this week. I'm like, I'm not going against them, especially against Houston. Houston is my Birmingham this year. Like, I think that's the only one I'm really going off emotion. Other than that, I was just really surprised by Jay's pick. And I just really wish, when I get it out of him, I'm definitely going to post it, because I'm interested, because this man hates St. Louis, and to see his pick, I was just like, what? But to see where we're standing.
The Ponies are playing St. Louis in St. Louis, right?
Yeah, so it's the ones on the left are going to the ones on the right.
Okay, yeah, so Ponies are playing in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an interesting game, you know, and kind of my thinking on that is, one, Birmingham is a little pissed off after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
But also AJ McCarron, he wants to go back and he wants to beat the team that cut him.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a little extra.
He's got the chip.
Kind of going into the game for them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that will be an interesting one. I think that's probably the one on my books that I'll be paying a little bit of attention for those specific reasons. You know, AJ going back into St. Louis. You know, you've got Corral and you've got Silvers. You know, Stallions kind of got, you know, a chip on their shoulder, losing and you know, just kind of hearing the scuttlebutt kind of out in the field of social media. You know, this team hasn't started off like this in a while. So, there's a lot that's behind this game that could potentially push it away.
Absolutely. So, it's going to be a fun weekend of football. No random Tuesday games this week. So, we're going to be on normal time next week, Monday. FYI. So,
yes.
Interesting. But here's where we're at right now. You are really kicking butt. Like, I'm very surprised DJ is not, like, Yeah, you're kicking butt this season. You're like,
Hey,
I'm getting
BD.
that.
Well,
Oh, Jesus. I
that's why he
know.
had to
He's just
copy
been
me
on
this
it.
week. So
Oh my God. You're so funny. Watch us all be all bad this whole week. I'm just like,
right.
I am like just not feeling great about my picks anymore. After I saw everyone picking the same, I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I should go opposite because I'm very worried. So it
Well,
should
I
be an
think now.
interesting
Oh,
weekend of football. Go ahead.
I think now too is when going into week 3, we're kind of seeing what's out there. You're kind of seeing the play. I think
Yeah.
now moving forward is when you start kind of seeing teams gel. Maybe those teams that didn't start off out of the gate
So
strong,
I'm
finding their
worried.
way. So it's and just finishing the season. Some of these coaches that have been in the league, they start off strong and then things, that's not to say it's going to
Hmm.
happen again, but yeah, I mean, this league is. I've even talked to fans about it because they're just like, a couple of aviators had mentioned, again, he's just not. I'm like, look, this is still a league of opportunity. These young coaches need to get in. We
Hmm.
went through this our first season with Hines Ward. I mean,
Hmm.
it was not a good fit, but hopefully these newer coaches, first time coaches, they'll get in and start getting their gel going. But I think moving forward now, you kind of start seeing these teams settle a little better too.
Yeah, for sure. Not BD disappearing again.
He went fishing again.
I'm kicking you. I'm kicking you out, bro. I'm not dealing with Circle Man down there. No way. But yeah, hopefully he popping back up again behind the scenes. But there you go.
Got his phone up. Signal.
Oops, my bad. Hello, are you there?
This this is so stupid.
This is such a great podcast.
Can
I love Thursday
y'all hear me
podcasts. Yeah,
Yep.
kind of.
He's got the spotlight.
So there it goes again. BD,
BD,
just
go
go
find the
ahead
top
and
of the
go
hill.
on fishing. Like, just leave us alone. Like, just go ahead. Thank you for your time. Go hang out with the fish.
The fish
Bye.
and Bigfoot. He's hanging out with Bigfoot.
I kicked him out again. So yeah, it's gonna be a very great weekend of football.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be in DC.
Yep.
I'm so jealous. I'm so excited. I'm hoping they announce championship soon because I already told her like wherever it's at, we're gonna be together.
Oh yeah.
I'm more than sure to go.
I'm
I
excited to
want to
get back
go.
there. We always have fun in DC. They have a great
Yeah.
fan base. We're gonna be hitting I think Walters for Bargate. I think it opens at 10. I think they were trying to get it open earlier, but weren't able to do that. So gonna make a stop over to Walters for Bargate, then head over to the stadium. And
Mhm.
I believe I'm sitting kind of where we've sat before, but I think I'm going to try to see if I can get some Beer Snake tickets and possibly
Oh,
try
I
to get
mean,
the
you're
Beer
not
Snake.
on any. Yeah, you're not on any
Yeah.
opposing team anymore, so why not?
So hopefully I can get
That'll be
one
fun.
cup in there with Brahma Babe on the cup and stick it
You
on
know,
the Beer
the
Snake.
defenders will help you. They'll help you out.
I hope so, but yeah, it'll be cool. I have
Y'all
a
get here in the beer
bandana.
gate. The beer snake, please.
The beer gate.
The beer
Yeah,
gates,
so we
the
can
whatever.
start at the beer gate and then go to the Beer Snake.
Yeah, there you go.
But I do
It'll
have
be a fun
special.
little experience, bro.
He's
They'll pop it back
back.
up like
Oh,
a
y'all got me
toxic
now?
ex-boyfriend. Get out of here, bro. Yeah, we
I
got
can hear you now.
you. We can't see you. Like, get out of here like a toxic ex-boyfriend. We can handle it now. We don't need you. Go fishing, bro. Get out of here. No, but yeah, so it should be a good game. He did. He said bye. So yeah, it's a crazy Thursday, y'all. This is just how it's gonna go. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
But
And
anywho, so we did get news today. An expansion.
yes, we did.
Not a movement. It's not a relocation, y'all. It's an expansion, which
Expansion.
is nice to hear. this way ahead of time. And we heard about expansion before we hear about championship. Who's ever done that in
Yeah, right.
UFL, XFL history? So it's
Yeah.
nice for them to be able to announce another team. Hopefully they do announce another, a second one. If they could add on 2 every season, that would be amazing. But adding an extra one's going to be pretty cool. But even getting it out this early and getting that city excited to start watching football, seeing what UFL is about is such a great move. And I really can't wait to see how OKC gonna do. It's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, because we've got several areas, like especially with Columbus. You've got a high, Ohio State, following there.
OH. Oh no.
Eh,
We don't agree on that because
no,
my
yeah.
daddy's an Ohio man, so we're Ohio fans over here.
I let you pass with that one, but it'll be good to see with Oklahoma. Can they pull that fan base? The
Yeah.
Sooners and the Cowboys, and there's not a major team there. So, and
Yeah.
it's so close to Texas, having that rivalry. So I don't think it's a bad
Yeah. I
comp.
mean,
Um,
they called Dallas North. They called it up there anyway, so it'll be nice to see a
yeah,
different type of rivalry besides just trying to make a Houston Dallas rivalry happen. It ain't
yeah,
gonna
yeah. And
happen.
I
Just
think
so
if
y'all
if
know.
they're 9 teams, so I'm sure there's going to be
Mhm.
another one coming, and I think the way they put it out as expansion, definitely is
Yeah.
stating this isn't a move, a relocation, or something like that. They did use that term, so I know that there's been some chatter and people are nervous, but I don't. I would think that they would not utilize the word expansion if they were going with relocation. I think it's too soon
Yeah.
to even have
I
thoughts
don't
of
think
that.
they would
But
mention it. Yeah, I don't think they would mention
yeah,
relocation mid-season. Like, why fight for your team then? Why Houston winning if they're gonna relocate them? Because
yeah, and I
that was
believe
my thought
I,
at
I don't
first.
I don't know if I'm wrong, so if I'm saying this, but I believe in Oklahoma too, they're gonna have like a multi specialty venue that's being built. So it's like multiple
Yeah.
sports venue. So that in itself, maybe while you're pulling fans for the UFL, whatever other sports they have in this venue, you may be able to pull the UFL fans to
Yeah.
those sports to the UFL. So, having that platform of a multi-sport venue, I think that in itself is a really interesting way to try and guinea pig. Can you guinea pig and piggyback off of these other sports fans?
Yep.
You know?
I agree. Like, who knows? Maybe they'll have some type of special like season ticket bundle that they could take advantage
Yeah,
of something to make it
yeah,
happen. Or somebody that's just not interested or a first timer in just sports general, like giving a ticket to each type of sport as a season
yeah,
ticket bundle just so they can experience it. But it'll be it'll definitely be fun to see the new team get excited and just because we remember those feelings. Like it's just nice to see other cities be able to take the fun announcement and roll with it. And hopefully they'll see how well marketing could be doing it this early for them
yeah,
and getting people on board.
yeah. And
So it'll be nice.
being progressive now, and not waiting till you know the end of the season, off season. I mean, I'm sure some of these other announcements, it'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see if we get another one. Which again, I couldn't see the league going to 9 teams. That is a little odd for me. So I'm assuming we will at least get another one. However, the
Yeah, that's what
league
I'm
season,
assuming.
and that'll take us to
Nope, I
10.
agree.
That makes me nervous though. That's another freaking market for next season. Like that, damn
That's
it.
when you start tapering back. Only go to your favorite stadiums at that point.
Yeah, yeah, because
So,
it does
and
get
just
tiring.
like include your new ones. Yeah. So I can only imagine. I like as much fun as it is traveling every week. It's different when it's like your entire when you have all your little Bramilia and we're all traveling together as opposed to just by yourself.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of scary, but
And
you got this,
you like
girl.
having that 5 games at home, and I tell you that has been a different
Yes,
thing.
it's a
It's like
break.
knowing, yeah, because I mean, even for me, it was an hour and 30, but an hour and 30 versus the night like tonight. For me, it's getting my house all set up, making sure because I got my puppies, so I have to have a pet sitter. getting everything set up for my pets, for my pet sitter, packing, which y'all know I hate. Packing.
Put it in the boot, girl. Put it in the boot.
Put it in the boot. And, I am still using the one suitcase carry on. I'm so proud of myself this year. Getting to the airport, getting there, and then getting home on Sunday and then getting back to my work. Because unfortunately, Brahma Babe is not my full-time gig.
No.
I got a big girl job.
Definitely
so,
not.
Getting back to work, and it really, I think I kind of took for granted having those 5 home games or 4 home games in our game sometimes. So.
Absolutely. You are really a trooper doing all this flying around, right? As much fun as it sounds, like even just us going like up to Dallas, I was just so tired afterwards driving back. I'm like, I'm just so done. I just want to be at home. So I completely understand. But
when we went to DC and you had to put the mirror under my nose because you thought.
I thought she was dead. Like there's so many stories that we have about our travels. The way that she knocked out that night at the DC game,
so tired.
She did not move, and I swear I was like, I thought she was dead. I thought she literally died in sleep.
It's like shoving the mirror under my nose.
It was just a lump. I was like, just making sure there was like a little coming out. So she's alive. All right, I'll just let her sleep. So, but yeah. So other than that, what
have your thoughts been about the broadcast so far?
I don't know. They're really weird. I mean, I've always watched the games, and I always watch the Brahmas games back. Besides one that I went to, has been a very different experience because of the way that they do things. I guess ESPN and Fox do things very differently. Like seeing a guy running into the field trying to like get another player to start answering questions is wild to me. Like I always thought it was funny trying to get a player after they made a huge play and they're trying to catch a breath. Let me go ahead and start asking them questions like, bro, give him a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
seems
so like
a little bit
those,
more
it's
excessive.
Weird. Yeah, it is, and that's why I think it's also a lot to do with how we notice the end game has just been very different as a fan than what we see on TV because of all the sponsorships and stuff like that. I think it right now it is geared a lot towards TV viewers more than it is anything else. And that's definitely seeing the difference because of how they're just really up in the players and coaches' faces. Like you could tell sometimes they're like, bro, just like get out the box. What are you doing in the box? Get out of there. Leave him alone. Like he's trying to. I know I love Sam Ancho, but come on, bro. Like go down there and wait like the rest of them.
And I like having that quirkiness because it is what makes this league different. But I think it's become a little intrusive.
He's
and
a weirdo
to go
sometimes.
Out in a huddle is a little much. And it's like,
bro.
As far as the taking over and all the noise. Yeah. So it's kind of like trying to find that happy medium. But I do agree. You made a great point too with it being, we know that the television rankings and that is money, for this league, but having gone to the games and having gone to the games in the past, and again, it's not living in the past, it's just what kind of makes this league amazing. And if you go to the same stadium for your team 5 games, that's awesome. I support being a supporter of your team. But when you travel around and you start seeing the things and some of that engagement with the fans that are going to the game, that is lacking. It's not a dismissal or a belittlement to the league. It's something that truly makes that game day in stadium experience better. And I feel like that's lacking a little bit from my experience going into week 3 in the first 2 markets. It just didn't feel the same. You got to pull your fan base in. Even the little thing with the football under the helmet.
Yes, like what the heck?
Engage your fans. So it's not me ridiculing and being the negative Nancy or the Karen. It's just those are the things that pull in your kids. Those are the things that keep your fans sitting down. Simba Cam. Oh my gosh, how many times did our boys? That was them. The Flex Cam.
I mean, they ripped their pants doing Simba Cam. So
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, holding
they were
always
beard.
fun. Yeah, like there was just little moments. Like they did have little things here and there, but it just was not the same of somebody that has gone to XFL to the UFL and now we're orphans and seeing this, like what brought us and what we loved so much about being part of the UFL, like just these weird little games they played. Like we looked forward to it, like, yeah, pick 3, like that's how you get them engaged. And now it's just nothing but like sponsored commercials. Like it's very quiet and your MC is just randomly, talking to random people, but it's never anything about like the crowd or like showing like a vet or something, like a vet of the game or a season ticket member of the game. They didn't do any of that. And I was just a little surprised by it. Yeah.
Because
so I don't know if anybody. Yes, that's what made the league, and I get like it has its good and bads because of the things Rapoli is trying to do for sure. So I feel like a lot of us like to put everything on Rapoli just because he came in with all the money, but he's not the sole owner of UFL. He's just the one handling business, operations, marketing, and he's doing what he can, with the time he has. And I get what he's trying to do, but he's also trying to like engage the fans too. If you have a Twitter, follow him on asking like, what are we doing that's good, that's bad? What are you liking? What are you not liking? What do you want to see more? I went on there under our podcast and put that same thing, like as somebody that was a season ticket member and enjoyed the in-game experiences. I know soccer fields have very different, rules and stuff because they're very, very particular about their pitch. So I understand not bringing fans and stuff like to do. I mean, but if you have fans on the field for a flag, then you can bring a fan down to a helmet football game. Like,
yeah,
exactly. Do the little will thingy, get them a free t-shirt, like things like that. You can still do that. So I did put some there just to say like, hey, like that's something we did notice. But some good things were like the people that were very helpful. Lots of UFL people out there, still asking if you needed help, ask me for help or whatever. The drum line was great, but your drum line needs to learn about when to stop playing, like when offense is on. Like there's little things that can be fixed, but things that they have really made an impact. So I get the good and bads, but he is trying to, like, he didn't also realize about the UFL shop. He did comment that, like, we didn't realize everyone really cared about merch this way. It's my fault. Like, he took the blame. Like, I didn't put into it. I didn't thought as I should have put into it, but now I know, and I'll do better because they have really great merch, and 90% of it you can't find at the store. The hats, the rally, like some of the rally towels, they have some cool stuff on there, but there's some really cool merch that each team has that you can only buy at the game. So
and I've noticed that going through the merch counters, and the thing is too, it's like with anything, if you don't agree or you have positive feedback or negative feedback, either or, if you sit back and you don't contribute, then you're not contributing to the positive change. You can go into all of these Facebook groups and whine and cry and bitch and moan and groan. But what are you doing to contribute? Now, yes, they may not take every bit of feedback that we give as fans.
Just so you know, every game you watch is contributing. Even if you're like, ooh, look at how little the crowd is. Bro, you're contributing by watching the game. Be quiet. Thank you for your 1% watch. Get out of here.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing, too. If you've got someone that's asking for the good, bad, and the ugly, give it to them. Some people say, well, it doesn't matter. They don't listen. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But if you don't do it at all, you're part of the problem.
And he is contributing. Yep. He is responding to a lot of people on there also. So I will say for somebody that's, I mean, you couldn't do that, unfortunately, with Danny or The Rock. Like, you couldn't tell them good, bad, ugly, and they would respond to you. But he's trying. So I do like the fact that he is trying, even though things are just very different this season. But you never know how this, I mean, if that just means the season's going to continue to come every spring, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'll take whatever changes you make if that means I get spring football. So
yeah, exactly. And if you don't support it, it won't stay because it's got to take that support. And he's getting the good and the bad and the ugly himself too, because he's kind of become that face because he has that personality to be
very vocal.
And very vocal, and even the interview during game interviews and things like that. That is his. It seems, I've never met the man, but it seems like his personality. And sometimes it takes that to get people to listen for the good, the bad, or the ugly.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he don't care if you hate him or like him. He's doing what he's doing.
That's
and
true.
I'm okay with it. Even though it was at the sacrifice of our team, we still have spring football. We've made a lot of good friends. But with that, I think we can end this, girl. We've been on here for 50 minutes. I don't even know how we did this. Like, wow. Oh my God. Thank you guys for hanging on. Yeah. We could have totally did a girl show tonight without the boy, but whatever. Toxic guy. Wanted to be a part of it. Didn't want to go fishing with his friends. But I really appreciate you being on tonight. We will be back on Monday night, same time. Yes, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Of course, you were like the first one. Like, I'm gonna get some help tonight. I'm gonna call her. But we will be back again on Monday night. Don't forget that our brothers in Texas Talking Footballs are on Tuesday, and Alternative Football Panel, I believe they go on Wednesdays. Now, I think they were doing Tuesday nights, but they may be on Wednesdays. But you could correct me, Mike, if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. But they also come on as well because they like to call this podcast out a lot. We'll take your call outs, bro.
I'll be looking for them.
But yeah. Thanks for joining. We'll be back next Monday, and we shall see you later. Bye-bye.
Shields up.